Look at the tail of the tape now for these two fighters as they get ready to get into the ring, and more on the size factor in just a moment. But you see the 4-year or the 3-year age advantage for Ortiz, a half-inch height advantage.
I want a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
Box. They were contemporaries as amateurs. They never knew each other.
One of the most explosive fighters that I've known, but physically I think he's still stronger, even though
to exploit that. But so far in the first round, Berto is busier, and down goes Berto on a hard left hand by Ortiz, and Michael Ortega is not going to rule it a knockdown. He's going to say that Berto tripped over Ortiz's foot. Ortega immediately made the ruling.
The blow landed anywhere above the waist, and it did. Even if it was a grazing blow, he wouldn't have went down there had I been hit.
Berto staggered again. Straight left hand by Ortiz. And Berto does go down in the corner this time, so now Ortiz has the credit for the knockdown that he didn't get the first time around.
Hey,
Andre Berto has a hold, and Ortiz can't wait.
Ortiz has come out here to prove that.
I'm stunned. Berto pastes Ortiz with a big right hand. Ortiz walks through it, keeps throwing. Berto blocking from behind in the late rounds to reel in Collazo. Let's see if Berto has his composure back.
Yeah, very explosive.
And he's physically in the fight.
Berto seems to be still hurt from that first round. I don't think he's fully recuperated.
Into a little bit of a rhythm now in round 2.
Back in January.
It's anything like the fireworks we saw in the first round here. Good uppercut by Berto.
He's trying to land with 1 or 2 short punches. There you go, those short, compact punches.
Who is basically a right-hander.
Berto has a look.
It's not just his confidence, Jim. It's his whole state of mind coming into this fight that he was facing.
But Ortiz took it and stayed right there.
The way he did.
All of Ortiz's punches are very.
There's the right hand again, and now Berto has a knockdown.
That's an official knockdown, but it was probably due to balance, but still it's an official knockdown.
Ortiz's glove touched the canvas. It was clearly the result of the punch. So Ortiz remains the busier fighter, more willing to let his hands go, more fearless in the first couple of rounds. But Berto, to see if a boxing match will emerge from the slugfest which has taken place so far. But they're back to slugging again.
Compared to the way Berto was when he went down.
Uppercut lands for Ortiz. Berto holding on.
Let him go.
Ortiz is fighting like a young man possessed.
Yeah, and his punches are short punches.
Left hand lands for Ortiz. Berto wobbling again and painted twice. Now he lands the right hand again. Hard right hand by Berto. Another big hook by Ortiz.
See that look in his eye, that I will not be determined. I will not be lose tonight. I will not be denied. And that's the way he's playing.
Berto laying on the ropes. I mean, I agree with you. I don't know why he kept motioning him in, because every time Berto would motion for Ortiz to come in, Ortiz would
not that sturdy right now. And he needs the ropes and he's tired.
Big left hand by Berto. Ortiz walked right through it.
There you see the legs. That's why he's in.
But it's a hard way to win. Hoping the other.
Straight left hand.
Yeah, but his legs are still weak to me.
He's still leaning against the ropes for support. Still motioning.
Corner, get on the feet and listen and work. Listen, you're a beast. Now show these people.
Welterweight, a rejuvenation for him because in his
found out that he could stand toe-to-toe with him. Now he's trying to go back.
Trade another pair of big shots. Ortiz testing Berto.
Fight as though he just needs one punch to change it all.
Well,
told us a kind of peculiar story of winding up spending 2 weeks on the island of Jersey off the English coast. Can be connected to this slow start for him, or is it just Ortiz?
I think it's Ortiz. Ortiz is New York Golden Gloves.
Just making the distinction for you. Down goes Ortiz on a perfect right hand shot by Berto. Second knockdown of the fight for Berto. And you can feel the fight changing perceptibly in this round. He's confident in his legs again. Now beats Ortiz the punch with the right hand.
Ortiz's legs are very weak here.
Hard right hand by Berto.
So he's trying to get that one shot off.
It's been a great round for Berto.
Yep.
After he was in so much trouble through the first 5. His uppercut is good, too. Now Ortiz is going to...
Oh, my God!
Unbelievable! What a fight! George Foreman and Ron Lyle stand aside.
Ortega's getting in position to stop the fight. And then Berto goes down.
Unbelievable.
The fight left himself open, and Ortiz had enough.
That's all you have to do is box. It's so simple. It's right. Yeah, just box. Give me a deep breath. Give me a deep breath.
There's a lot of chatter in Andre Berto's corner. People are dumbfounded at what they're seeing. The phrase "fight of the year candidate" is perhaps a bit overused.
I asked earlier if there was an American fighter in the house.
Oh, my God.
Vicious fighters who want to be great men in this sport.
Tyler get overexcited.
Thank you.
Does anybody think we've seen the last knockdown in this fight?
Trying to make an imprint with his skill. But it's really difficult, isn't it, to change a slugfest into a boxing match in
This fight, and for any fight that he's won.
Berto, as you mentioned, had a history of these kind of tumultuous fights in the amateurs. Of course, in the amateurs,
And it's amazing at this point, there's never been any lack of power in the punches.
careful not to hit Berto behind the head again.
Good spring and energy in it. And he's got to try to land that right hand.
Well, 83, 6 rounds to 3, Victor Ortiz. There's no question. He needs one big shot. He's really got to do something spectacular. 86, 83.
There's the shot. Michael Ortega discerns that Ortiz hit Berto in the back of the head, and now he's going to take a point.
I think
I was doing his punches.
Tremendous break.
You good? You sure you got time?
Point taken away. This, no doubt, is the motivation to try to make the round.
only behind Pacquiao and Mayweather in the welterweight division. And that this is the first fight.
Looks like there's a new welterweight in town. Berto, 22 out of 54, to 12 out of 31 for Berto. And Ortiz succeeded in evening
right together. If he would just move forward and then pull back for a minute and have Berto off balance.
Ortiz and wound up against the ropes, trying to get the ropes to help him stand
Ortiz would land another
Ortiz
couple, I think. The next Mexican-American who would be a big box office attraction. It's taken him this long.
11 rounds in the book.
You're winning the fight. You're going to be the world champion. You are the world champion.
We can't take a chance of a point. We got to go to work and try and get his ass out. You understand?
Danny Garcia has been largely a cheerleader throughout the fight.
I think is the welterweight champion of the WBC.
He has created for himself a style which is about risk, and he just got hit with 2 big shots. Another big left hand for Ortiz. Position in the welterweight division. There were some in the past several months who wondered whether, and fans will not be able to wait to see him back in the ring. Barring a stunning reversal on the judges' cards, Victor Ortiz has the victory of a lifetime. And now let's go to ring announcer David Diamante with the scores.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here at the MGM Grand at Foxwoods, we go to the judges' scorecards. 115 to 110, 114 to 112, 114 to 111 for your winner by unanimous decision and new WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.